I've been struggling with authenticity lately. I've been looking for it actively on the internet, and specifically since I've started my YouTube journey, I'm seeing it come up more and more in my feed. And one question keeps popping into my mind. What the fuck? No, seriously, what the actual fuck? Let's start with YouTube. YouTube rewards authenticity, but authenticity is very difficult to do when you've got a camera in front of your face. A lot of people have a tendency to freeze up when they see the red recording light pop up. I'm a musician, so the red light problem isn't really there for me. The problem comes when your ideas, what you're presenting usually to an individual, is now being presented to an inanimate object, an unblinking eye, that kind of thing. But once you get relaxed, once you start to realize, hey, this is just talking, it becomes less and less of a thing. Now, I've looked back at my extensive YouTube catalog of videos, and I asked myself, who's that? I don't know who that is. That was not me. It's my ideas. They're being presented, but they're being edited before it comes out of my mouth. In my head, I'm saying things. The idea is being said, but the way I say it isn't me. I'm more of a hit you between the eyes with the facts kind of guy. And YouTube, this camera, everything is kind of keeps you from being authentic. It's not just YouTube. Okay, let's be fair. It's not just YouTube. The reason why I'm talking about authenticity today is because it stretches way beyond staring into a lens and talking to you, the viewer. It goes to work. You're not authentic at work. Nobody is authentic at work. You can go to work tomorrow, sit in your office or sit in your factory or whatever, and look at each and every individual that's there and know without a doubt in your mind they are not authentic. You're not seeing that person. Even if you hang out with them. If you hang out, have a couple beers after work, that kind of thing, you're still not seeing the real them. They're self-editing themselves. They're not giving you them. That's the problem with society in general. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this thing, but suffice it to say, authenticity is a rarity. But however, on YouTube, everyone's looking for the authentic person. They want to learn from an authentic person. They want the delivery to be authentic. And that's a struggle given the fact that your entire life has been about not being authentic. I mean, to go to work, you have to present yourself a certain way. You have to be the archetype of what your employer wants you to be. You're getting money to do a thing and do it the way they want you to do it. And they have the right to do that. That's the system. That's the system we've all kind of accepted. Whether or not we want it is the question. But the system is there to basically make you something you're not every day. And that's what people are trying to escape. It's not the job they're trying to escape. It's the fact that the job isn't yours. The job isn't something you want to do. Basically, what's happening is you're going and being another person in exchange for money. You're doing the things the way they're supposed to be done, the way the employer wants you to do them, in exchange for money. And you've done that so long now that becomes part of your personality, and that's why a lot of people break down. Like, there's a disconnect there between being yourself and being what's expected of you in exchange for money. Ask yourself a question here. Did you wake up on your own today? Did you wake up when you wanted to today? Now, I'm assuming today is a work day, but the question remains. When you're working, do you have to set an alarm clock? Most of us do. Let's assume that it's a 9 to 5 day, okay? It's a 9 to 5 day, and everybody has to set their alarm clock because you've got a commute that you got to do. You've got to get into work, you've got to do your things, and you're expected to be at work at a certain time. That's the way most work environments work. Now, I'm not covering all of them, obviously. But the question remains, did you wake up when you wanted to today? And I'm going to expect You didn't. If you set an alarm clock, you most definitely didn't wake up when you wanted to wake up. You woke up when you need to wake up in order to do the daily commute and go into work and be there on time. Okay, that's part of the problem, and it's not the only problem with the system. But you don't get to do what you want. You don't get to call the shots. It's not for you to call the shots. You're reliant upon your employer to pay you, and therefore you need to do what the employer wants you to do. It's pretty much as simple as that. So it comes down to, most people don't want to escape the job. They want freedom. That's what people are looking for. They're not looking to escape the work or the system. You've heard wage slavery. I'll probably sling that word around quite a bit. Wage slavery is not the problem. The problem is you want to be able to do what you want when you want. You still have to earn money. So, going for a hike isn't going to be beneficial to anybody but you. You're not going to make any money doing it. But carry a camera with you, show people how to hike, what the best safe practices of hiking is, and boom, you've got a new job. You're free to do what you want. If you think you're free at your workplace, you think you go in, you buy your coffee, you sit with your people, and you do your thing. If you think you're free, just once speak against the corporate policy and see what happens. You're not free. You are not free in a job. You think you are. You've been told you are. You've even been told you probably have a voice when you're at work, but you are not free. Because the second you speak against corporate policies, and if you do it publicly, even worse, chances are you're going to lose your job. Are you free to be who you want to be? I.e., you go to work, a lot of people have to wear a uniform of some sort. Coveralls in a manufacturing facility, you're supposed to be wearing same color, same stuff. And you go into an office environment, if you're lucky enough to work in an office behind a desk, and lucky is a relative term, by the way. If you're lucky enough to work in an office, you still have to dress business casual. Dockers, shoes, button-down shirt. That's not who most of us are. Most of us want to come in jeans and a t-shirt. Or, hey, maybe you dress like that on your own. That's fine. I'm not knocking you for any of that stuff. But most of us don't want to get up, get dressed into what I like to refer to as a monkey suit, and go into work. That's a stripped form of freedom. Oh yeah, you have the right to wear whatever color Dockers you want, but don't wear jeans. You're not allowed to wear jeans. Don't wear a t-shirt. Don't have any logos on the t-shirt. This is not freedom. You cannot dress the way you want. You cannot do what you want. You wake up when you're told to wake up. You wear what you're told to wear. You do what you're told to do. That's pretty close to being a dictatorship. And that's the thing, is a lot of this system, this wage slavery, if you will, is akin to a dictatorship. But it's a willing dictatorship, because you don't want to run a business. Well, let's be frank. You don't want to run a business. Most people want to go do a thing, collect a paycheck, go home, drink beer, or coffee, tea, whatever poison is your choice. You don't want to have the responsibility of operating a business in exchange for money. They don't want the stress of running a business. Nobody wants to worry about the taxes. Let somebody else do that. HR does that, or wherever does it. You just want to do your thing and go home. I get the idea of simplicity, and some people really enjoy this model for that very reason. Not everybody wants to run their own business. So keeping that in mind, if you don't mind doing these small inconveniences like getting up when you don't want to, or dressing the way you don't want to in exchange for the lack of burden that comes with working for someone else doing it for you, then hey, more on you. That's exactly what that system is all about, for people that want to do that. But for those who have a little bit more drive, those who want to do something else, get out of that system, be a little bit more free, wake up when you want, do what you want, film if you want, do the things you want to do in exchange for the money, this video is for you, folks. So, is trading your valuable time for money worth it if you can't be yourself? That's the basic question here. And for me, the answer is no. I want to do something else. Now, it doesn't mean I want to leave my job. I don't. I actually enjoy what I do. I help other people at work as well. So I don't mind what I do, but I will be transitioning out when I can. And I'm not going to jeopardize anything in the meantime. I'm on a journey, as I said in my zombie walk and talks that you saw earlier, which will be changing, by the way. You're going to see the more real me going forward. But in my other talks, I've mentioned about finding another path or diversifying or these kind of things. And we'll be talking about this going forward. You're trapped doing things for someone else so you can survive. That's a compromise. That's the way the world is set up. You don't get to be you. Don't get dressed the way you want. You don't get to wake up when you want. You don't get to do your work the way you want. That's a compromise. Everything in this world is about compromise. There is no way around it. However, if you were to take your life back and diversify your income today, eventually you may be able to fire your boss. That would be enjoyable for some people. Some people like the shelter of being told what to do and when to do it. However, I'm speaking to the people who are looking for the escape, the exit. These are the people that I'm talking to right now. So wake up when you want, do what you want, say what you want. And that's what I'm offering, is a way to be free, to say what you want, do what you want, go where you want, when you want, and take a vacation when you want. Don't ask for a vacation. Just go on vacation. People don't realize they have to actually ask for a vacation at work. So for those people who want to do what they want when they want, and eventually fire their boss and work doing what they want when they want, that's what this video is for. That's what this entire series is about. It's about helping you get your authenticity back, your individual identity back. Because whether or not you like it, if you're working for someone else, you're not yourself. And basically, on a daily basis, you are molding yourself to be something you're not in order to get a paycheck. And again, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But for those other people that don't want to do that, it's time to start today. Basically, what I'm saying is the internet, YouTube, digital products, this will give you a freedom. Whether or not you'll be rich doing it is another question altogether. That's a topic for another day. But start. Do something else. Find another path. Find multiple paths, multiple sources of income. Because today's economy, today's system, the one that we grew up in, 40 and above, is not working anymore. It's not going to work. So that's what today's topic is, authenticity. Being who you are and how you want to be when you want to be it. Authenticity is what you're going to get from me going forward. So I apologize for all the subscribers, by the way. I don't have any right now. But I apologize for all the subscribers or people who are listening who are enjoying what I was doing. That wasn't the real me. What you're going to get from now on is the real me. This is the real me. And thanks for sharing your time with me today. So just to be unauthentic, my name is Duff. This has been Over 40. If you've enjoyed this video or learned anything, please like, comment, share, or even better yet, subscribe. It really helps the channel and lets me keep creating great content for you. So if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, learn more about, drop me a line, comment below. Until next time, take care, and remember, if not now, when?